Jimmy from Stroke of Luck Radio. I'm here with the one and only Lord Sko.
Yes, you are. I'm here with the one and only Jimmy from Soul Radio.
How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Feeling good, man.
You've got the latest single, Finder's Fee, which is out on Friday.
Yes, I do.
How are you feeling about that release?
I'm excited, bro. I think it's going to be a good release. You know, I'm very happy with that song. I think the visual component is very striking, very nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think it's going to do very well. You know what I'm saying? I like that it's a little more slowed down than my typical tempo.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of soul injected into that. You know what I'm saying? Some heartfelt lyrics, and yeah, man, I'm excited for people to get it.
What was the inspiration behind the cover art?
Cover art, shout out to Versailles. She's a super talented artist out of Brooklyn. She actually designed the T-shirts for the museum album.
Oh yeah, true.
She made those T-shirts, and she also made the Jump Shot single cover. So I've worked with her a bunch in the past, and you know, for me, like, I wanted something that could kind of, you know, be a little different than the video. Just in the video, and that also like the yellow tape cover, and that those are like, I feel like I wanted something animated and I wanted something drawn.
Yeah.
And I think it's also really cool because it kind of looks like an homage to the museum cover with the white background with me in the middle.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's cool too, and I hope people notice that. Yeah. But that wasn't intentional. I just got it back, and I was like, oh, this kind of looks like the museum cover in like in a good way, though. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's fire, because it's not like, doesn't look like it, but I think it might.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a cool cover.
Yes, it is.
Single.
Shout out to Versailles.
You put a preview out of the music video.
Yes.
In a foreign location to New York.
Yeah, no, that's a Malibu, California, right there.
How did that happen? Why Malibu? What was the story behind that?
So I took my first trip out to LA in December, and that really was like a kind of life-changing trip for me. And it changed a lot for me in a lot of good ways. And you know, after I signed my contract, I had a little extra money. I just felt like it made sense to go back out there and keep building out there. And you know, I had to find this feed track, and let me see that. And I thought it would make sense to shoot that video out in Cali, so I was like, fuck it, I'll go out there. I scheduled a bunch of studio sessions and was building with my managers and shit, and it was a good trip. We got to shoot that video, you know, got to experience LA and had a bunch of good sessions out there, and you know, I'm planning on going back probably next month to do more of the same.
Did you link up with any artists while you were out there?
Yeah, I did. I got up with A.A. Rashid, who does
the West Side
Gun intros. He's a super cool dude. Very, very cool energy, very unique energy. He had a lot of gems, a lot of really, really insightful stuff to say. I got up with Planet Asia while I was out there. Big Twins, Psycho Les of the Beat Knots. And yeah, it was a good trip. Obviously, I went out there with my man Arlo too, so we was cooking out there as well. I got up with Great Matter of Mutant Academy, and it was a good trip. I might be blanking on some names right now. Yeah. But yeah, it was a good trip. Shout out to my man Josh X. While You're Sleeping podcast. He always takes care of me out there, you know what I'm saying? Good dude. Facts.
I wanted to speak about some of your OGs.
For sure.
Bubba, Dante Ross, Emilio.
Yes, sir.
What's it like having those guys, like, you know, having them in your life?
It's really dope, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a type of insight from them. Oh, here's Baba calling right now.
We can pause it.
So we see?
Yeah.
All right, hold up. We back. But yeah, I mean, on that note, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely good to have people that I could trust, you know, in life and in the music business, and that they have experience, you know what I'm saying? Like I always say, I'm grateful I don't mean no shade by saying this, but I know a lot of really good rappers that have like a random college kid who's their manager, who's just like trying to help out in any way they can. They might know a few people, but you know what I'm saying? Like overall, like I'm very grateful to be in the hands of people who have a really good grasp and scope of the industry and scope of life. You know what I'm saying? Just in that they have the experience and the years to back that. And they all offer me different gems, you know what I'm saying? And I talk with all of them frequently, and that's definitely something that I'm grateful for.
Yeah, because like as a young artist, I feel like it is important to like have some guidance within the music industry, and obviously those guys are really well respected people.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they've obviously got a lot to show you and tell you, like some gems, and which is cool, man. So
absolutely.
I want to know what's been inspiring you recently. Have you been writing raps as of recent?
Yeah, I mean, I've been writing. I've been mainly trying to finish up this album. You know what I'm saying? I'm mainly in that process right now, so I ain't been writing as frequently as I usually been, but I just been trying to, continue exploring new pockets and new ways to rhyme words and shit. I've been listening to a lot of Sean Price lately.
Yeah.
Been listening to a lot of old, like, Pro Era, listening to, my regular mix of stuff. So it's nothing like, I'm not seeking any new inspiration at this moment.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that I'm not inspired either, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of rolling with the punches, staying and doing what's working, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely want to explore some new sounds on this next album. I feel like United Palace is definitely a step up sonically, and it's more cohesive than I'd say Museum was, but I feel like it's still very much so in that lineage of just the way that the beats are made and the way I'm rhyming on it. And I definitely wanna step out a little bit, but still keep it within that realm. You know what I'm saying? Which I think United Palace does in the scope of, in comparison to Museum, but the next one you got to do that for that, and the one after that you got to do it for that, and you know what I'm saying, you got to keep evolving.
So you just constantly like planning future stuff. Like, is that how sort of like your process works? Like,
yeah, I mean, I've always really respected artists like Kanye and like Tyler. You know what I'm saying, who could really like kind of like reinvent themselves thematically with each album. You know what I'm saying? And each album is kind of like its own world that's built. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, like at the end of the day, I'm very much so just into this hip hop shit and rapping my ass off and letting motherfuckers know that I'm one of the best, if not the best. But I also like to create a very cinematic feel, like a build a universe, build a world with an album. So you know what I'm saying? And I also feel like, and I'm not trying to make an excuse, but that's also why I feel like I don't just throw out like 3-4 albums a year, you know what I'm saying? And I do want to get to a point where I'll probably put out maybe 2-3 albums a year, but even still, I really like taking my time to develop a theme and a concept, you know what I'm saying? And just at least like a loose concept, just something that, you know what I'm saying, to really, really brand the album with.
Yeah, because it's been almost almost a year since Museum dropped.
Right.
Almost a year since we did our first interview.
Very true.
Which is crazy because it feels like a lifetime ago, really. Like,
it feels like a lifetime ago, but it also, to me, feels like 3 months ago, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I wanted to know, like, what's changed during that time in terms of your, like, perspective?
A lot. A lot. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, probably like a lot, you know what I mean? Like, I can't put it into better words than that. Like, I've experienced more life, but I've also just got a better grasp of the industry and, like, you know what I'm saying, like business and just carrying myself as a person and just what I want to represent as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm very grateful for what Museum did, but I also, you know what I'm saying, I had to adapt really quickly as to what that gave me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm super grateful that it did what it did. But that put me in a position where I had to learn and adapt to shit very quickly. You know what I'm saying? At the age I was at. And so I've learned a lot in the last couple months just from being around the people that I've been around being around my OGs, doing more shows, writing more songs, hearing more of what people got to think of me. You know what I'm saying? And I think I got more of a confidence in what I'm saying now, because I think the main thing that might have switched is that I'm like, I know I could do this now. You know what I'm saying? And not to say I didn't feel that way when putting Museum out, but now it's like I'm very close to it. So it's like, oh shit, like I'm really doing this? Oh, I bet. So that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, so back on the topic of just like how much has happened like just within a year. You've experienced some crazy things during that period.
Yeah.
Are there some moments that stand out for you?
Definitely. You know, like as I said, that first LA trip was definitely surreal. You know what I'm saying? That shit definitely was crazy to me. Another moment that definitely stood out was being on stage with Rock Marcy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I was rapping with him. But that shit was just crazy, yo. And I got a story about that too. So we went to the venue. I was on the list with my OG, but I also had an underage bracelet on, so I wouldn't drink. Or not that. They marked my hands, and they put a bracelet on too. So, whatever, right? And they put a bracelet, and they put on the same hand the backstage bracelet.
Okay.
Right? This is where it gets interesting. So we try to go one time, and I'm with Emilio, and they're like, yo, you could come, but he can't. And Emilio was like, yo, why not, bro? Like, he got a bracelet. And they're like, yo, he's not 21. So Emilio, me and him waiting outside, whatever. Baba hollers, we managed to get another wristband. I'm going back and forth to the bar all night, just putting mad Purell, wiping the shit off my hand. So by the time I get the second wristband, I put it on my other hand. And I was wearing a leather, so I put my other wristbands down in the other bracelet. Put the new wristband on, wiped all the fucking X off with mad Purell throughout the night. We went through the other entrance with a different security guard to get backstage. Yeah. Got backstage. Fucking Bronson was there. Conway was there. ASAP 12 was there. A lot of legends was there. And, you know, just being on that stage with Marcy and, like, looking at all the people was just nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, being in that crowd of people up there. Like, he had, like, all his peoples up there and shit. So that was a powerful moment.
I think I remember seeing that on your story, and you were, like, filming it, and then you filmed it, and I didn't realize what it was, and then you filmed and it was like Rome Streets, like rapping to your camera. No,
that shit was nuts. That shit was really dope. And you know, I got to build with Marcy after for a little, and you know, that was a really powerful moment for me as well, because that's like my favorite rapper. Yo, he's like the best. So that was dope. And you know, I've had some good moments. You know what I mean? Like, I've had some shit that just makes sense. You know what I mean? Like yeah, like shit that's really cool. Like fucking, like, this was random as fuck. Was Michael Rappaport posted my shit? Like,
I remember
I was mad confused about that shit, because I was just so out the blue. You know what I mean? But like, shit, if he's listening, you don't know who else is listening. You know what I mean? Shout out to Michael Rappaport. Appreciate the support from Rappaport. yeah. We might. That was bad, but
cut that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just from seeing like your stuff on Instagram and stuff, it feels like it's really built. You've really built a foundation in this past year.
Absolutely, yeah.
Since the dropping of Museum, do you have any tracks that you yourself like? Do you have any tracks on that album that like?
Oh, for sure.
Some favorite tracks?
Yeah, I'd say Jump Shot is definitely one of my favorites still. Carry the Torch is obviously one of my favorites. 94 Coogee is one of my favorites. Russian Doll is one of the best songs on there. And I like Linen Shirt. I've always felt like that song is underrated, but that joint is really good.
Yeah.
And it's developed like some people will be like, yo, Linen Shirt is the best song on the album. And I like some people have hit me up saying that, which is like, I don't know if it's the best, but I think like maybe I put it a little too deep down in the track list that some people didn't really get there, but that's a good one. I like that joint. And the real ones, no. You know what I'm saying? But that also don't make sense, because Newport Law has always been like a hit with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Newport Law is one of my favorites, I'd say.
That's a good one.
Do you have any favorite, out of release songs that you've done with Arlo Walker, do you have any favorite beats?
Yeah. Release songs, I mean, Carry the Torch is definitely up there. Linen Shirt is definitely up there. 94 Coogee is definitely up there. Like Russian Doll is crazy.
The Beat Switch.
Yeah, word. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. And yeah, like those are probably my favorites on Museum in terms of beats. Newport Lord got a great beat. Frame of Reference got a really crazy beat. That's a wild ass beat. Yeah. Yellow Tape is great too.
Yeah.
Finder's Fee is awesome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What's it like having like a producer like Arlo Walker just like in your corner and like being able to work with him on a regular basis?
It's dope because me and him have really like worked together from like kind of like built a sound together. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely dope. You know what I'm saying? We be on the same page a lot of the time, and we might hear a sample and we both automatically know what we got to do with it. And you know, he works really hard, so I got to give it to him, and he deserves a lot of the credit in what's being built over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels like you guys have got your thing going, and it seems like the workflow is working very well. What can we expect from United Palace?
Excellence and glory. You know what I mean? And just a lot of really good bars, a lot of good beats, dusty and soulful and very New York, man. It's like it's kind of like a love letter from me to Washington Heights and New York and growing up here and just the people around me and rap music first and foremost, you know what I mean? For hip hop and shit.
What does United Palace mean?
United Palace is a theater that's on 175th Street in Broadway. It's very like grandiose. It looks very like luxurious and like kind of like art. What's the word that I'm looking for? Like I don't even know. It just it looks very like grand. You know what I'm saying? And like my kind of like thoughts was like I wanted some stuff that could like represent how looking at that makes me feel. Like it's like a big gold like joint got like United Palace and big ass letters, and it's got like the old like dusty architecture on the outside, and it's like it looks really dope. Like before you leave New York, you should
I will
head up there, check it out. You
100%.
Might even seen it like on the way to Tom's crib or my crib or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I probably would have, but
man, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of history that went down there. It was a movie theater, it was a church for a while. They be having mad like random concerts there. So they had the Tony Awards there.
Damn.
Random, you know what I mean?
And obviously a lot was put into the cover for Museum. Have you sorted the cover for United Palace?
Yes, I have. It's not completely done, but you know, I don't know when you're planning on dropping this interview, but maybe it would like pop up on the screen. But to give some detail, you know, it's an homage to the Big L Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous cover. So, you know, we paying homage to that. It features the United Palace in the background. You know what I'm saying? And my sentiment behind that was kind of I wanted to make an album championing my neighborhood and championing Uptown, and you know what I mean, the same way that L was doing for Harlem with Lifestyles. You know, and obviously L is just one of the greats, and I wanted to pay my respects. So yeah.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for people to see it. It's gonna look dope.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the what do you call it when I'm having a massive mind blank?
The rollout.
The rollout.
Is that the word?
That's the word.
The rollout started.
Yeah, the rollout has started. Man. Yellow Tape.
Facts.
Yeah.
Finder's Fee coming real soon, man.
So they're on the album.
But yeah, both of those joints are on the album.
Yep. I wanted to ask you about. I know you've done some freestyles on. You've done a freestyle on Top Shelf Premium.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to Top Shelf. Shout out to Mark.
And on the Radar Radio.
Yes, indeed.
They were some crazy freestyles.
P.
I want to know,
Shout
like
out Calvin, my man.
Calvin
Shout
and
out
Gabe.
John from On the Radar.
Yeah, I want to know, like, what, like, Do you enjoy doing the freestyles and just like proving yourself on the mic? Like,
oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? That shit is that's what we do it for, you know what I'm saying? You gotta rap real good on those joints. So it makes me disappointed when I see people who just like go up on freestyle platforms and they just suck it up and they just like completely are trash. And I almost be like, yo, like, you know that this is a big platform, so sometimes I'll just be like, do these motherfuckers go up there and shit the bed on purpose so they can still get hype in that way? Even like, you know what I'm saying? Some people say all press is good press, and that's not necessarily true. But I'm saying, like, you remember when like Smoke Perp did that shit? Like, I was like, yo, you gotta be kidding me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like, no shade, but like, I see mad people go up on the radar lip syncing they shit, yo. Like, you can watch, bro. It's mad people who go up there lip syncing they shit, and I'm like, yo, like, what? And that shit is just like, yo, like, what? Like, not to say what am I doing all this work for, but it's also kind of just like, how is that sliding? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was like a passionate fan of that music, like, I wouldn't want to see my favorite artist going up there lip syncing. Like, I'd want to see my favorite artist going hard and still trying to prove themselves no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, everybody got a different approach. I ain't trying to hate on nobody getting to the bag, so. If you got motion, if you stacking that paper, I ain't hating. But you know what I'm saying? Care about your art, put that first. That's first and foremost, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I know like both those freestyles had like the Arlo Walker produced tracks.
Yes.
Which were crazy, by the way.
Facts, yeah. Those are two really good joints.
Yeah.
I had that on the radar joint actually in the tuck for a really long time. And I was planning to drop that shit on an album. But then I was like, fuck it, this is a good-ass joint. I think it's the right move to do it. And for the Top Shelf shit, you know, once I got that call, I just called Arlo up and was like, yo, we need some heaters. So got something ready. And, you know, I smoked that shit. That's probably my favorite one, the Top Shelf shit.
Yeah, I was meaning to ask you, like, let's just say in the future you get on, like, Hot 97 or, like, Sway's Universe or something.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, in my opinion, inevitable. Like, I feel like it's going to happen.
For sure, it's coming.
What are some joints that you'd love to, like, freestyle over on one of those bigger, like, huge platforms, like those two?
That's a good question. The first one that came to my mind, all right, now I got two that came to my mind. The first two that came to my mind is Represent by Nas and Invocation by Common.
Oof.
Those are the first two. Maybe like a pun beat or a Big L beat. You know, I'm trying not to say like the most basic ones, like Kick in the Door and like Keep It Thorough, because everybody wants to kill Keep
Who
It
shot
Thorough,
you?
but it's Keep It Thorough has been killed like so many times. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say this, yo, Dead Presidents 2 is like my favorite song of all time, but you're never gonna hear me try to rap on that beat until I'm on my deathbed, and it will be the last song I record on that beat. But like there's, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying to disrespect that shit in any way, and not even say disrespect, but it's also just been beaten into the ground by mad people. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you hear that sample now and you're like, come on. But I still bump the Reasonable Doubt one like every fucking day, and there's some good remixes to it too, don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to think right now what I
mean, it's a pretty tough question because
I would kill Invocation, I would kill Represent. You know, this one has been beaten into the ground, but the 93 Till Infinity would be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
On a Freddie Gibbs kind of.
Hell yeah. Shit, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of good joints. I definitely got to rap on some Premier shit. So you know.
Nah, that'd go crazy.
There's some good joints on I don't think I ever heard nobody freestyle on One, the Ghostface joint.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
That would be crazy. Yeah, that would be fire.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I feel like it'd be cool to jump on something that like is a classic beat, but also just hasn't been like overplayed.
Used, You know what I'm saying? Facts.
I want to know like, this is in another direction, but in terms of Sko's influences, are there any like artists that people wouldn't expect that you like fuck with, you know, like stuff that you listen to that people just
got you.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of G Herbo. I love G Herbo. Like genuinely, that's one of my favorite rappers. Childish Gambino was a really big influence on me early on. Trying to think. Shit, like, he's not a rapper, but I fuck with Elton John. Elton John, fire.
What do you know about the Benny and the Jets Muppet version?
Oh, yo, that's the ill joint right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the best version of the song right there. Facts. You know what I'm saying? You can't listen to if you're not listening to the Muppet version of Benny and the Jets, you listening to the wrong version.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you. But, yeah, you know what I mean? Those are, like, yeah. Also, like, this one's, I feel like, less unexpected, but I really fuck with Dave East, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I really, really like Dave East. I would love to do a track with Dave East someday. That would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some crazy stuff for sure.
Yeah, he does, bro. He can rap, bro. He can really rap.
100%. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions that you may not have been asked.
Okay, let's do it.
What do you have to say about Randy?
Randy the Tab dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy was an ill motherfucker, yo. He was, I was like an old-ass dude, white guy in Harlem. We used to ride around on a bicycle and had $6 acid tabs that was strong as fuck.
Wow.
They weren't even on, like, the blotted sheets. Like, he would just hand you, like, a little strip of, like, white paper. And you'd be like, this is it. You'd be like, all right, super strong. Dude would go, like, AWOL every couple months and then just hit you from a new number.
Right.
Sometimes you would, like, call him for, like, shit, and he'd be like, I don't have that shit. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he was a bugged out motherfucker, yo. Like, he definitely was, like, a tinfoil hat motherfucker, and he was definitely... The thing is, though, like, he was definitely making the acid himself, so...
Right.
I guess that makes it more trustworthy or less trustworthy depending on who you ask, but that was some good fucking acid. I still remember one of the first times I ever copped off him. It was in the winter. I'm wearing like a puffer jacket, and I pull up on him. He pulls up on his bike and pulls up next to me, and he just sticks his hand in my pocket. And I like grab his hand because I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And he's like, hey, easy, pal. Look. And he like shows it to me. He had it like hit it in his hand on some magician shit. And he like pulls it out his palm like this. And he's like, look. And I'm like, oh, my fault, bro. Like, I wasn't ready for it. And he was like, and he goes, you don't have any weapons on you, do you? And I'm like, nah. And he's like, good. Because you don't need weapons when you come to see Randy. And I was like, all right. And he was like, gave him the money, bicycled off, and tripped my ass off.
Shout out to Randy.
Shout out to Randy.
What do you have?
Like, there was like a lore also that he used to serve A$AP Rocky his tabs, which I don't know if that's true, but that was like the lore, like from Harlem. Oh, like I used to, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What do you have against chained chairs?
You just can't sit in them. There's no explanation needed.
Okay.
You just shouldn't sit in those. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's designated for you, unless you chained it to there, don't sit in that chair.
Is it a superstitious thing or is it?
No, it's a respect.
Okay.
Don't sit in that shit.
Yeah. I wanted to ask why Canada Dry and not like Schweppes or something.
Yeah, I mean, I like it's vintage Canada Dry. You barely see me with one of them new bottles, but I like the packaging. I like the approach. You know what I'm saying? Respect.
Okay. This is you're well known for the Newports.
Yes.
Can you explain why Newports?
I mean, honestly, like, I'll be real, like, I haven't really smoked many other cigarettes.
Right.
So
it's just always been the go-to.
Yeah, word. It's just, when I went to cop my first cigarettes, let me get some Lucy's. It was Newports. You know what I'm saying? The first cigarettes I smoked was Newports. Most of the people who I smoke cigarettes with smoke Newports. So
yeah,
like, I won't say. I'd say it's like 65%, maybe 70. But like, it depends on the crowd too. Like, if I'm with like the 30+, it's all Newports. People my age, it's like 50-50. Some motherfuckers like the spirits. People like Marlboros, but.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. I be setting the trends with the Newports. Some people be like, yo, I started smoking Newports because of you, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing, but kudos, man.
Shout out Fred Toll, who came here and got the Newports straight away.
Yeah, I wasn't even talking about something there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, Newports in Australia. Yeah. Facts. That's the name of my Australian tour. Newport's in Australia.
Yeah, it's got to be. Just in terms of like your fashion style, what inspired that, and like, do you have any like pieces of fashion that you'll like want to keep forever, like some shit that you just your favorite shit?
All of my icebergs, all of my Coogis, all of my Il Polo, I'm keeping that forever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, I say most of my Il jeans. I'm like kind of a hoarder, so you asking the wrong person about keeping shit forever. I'll keep mad shit forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying, like I really think I've branded myself as more of a old school type of person in my music, more of a vintage, you know what I'm saying? Like people be like, yo, you got that old New York vibe. So I just really wanted to complete that with my, obviously, you know what I'm saying, my wardrobe.
Yeah.
Which is an important part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep it a buck, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to say that this is the most important part, but you don't want to listen to no rapper who look like a bum. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta have a little swag to their shit. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of sauce. Like, and I know people who could rap their ass off, but they look funny doing that shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I've always been more of a baggy type of person. I had my skinny jeans phase, but that shit was, you know, that was a phase then, and I was also me doing that because that was the music I was making at that time. It made sense for me to wear skinnier jeans and tighter shit, and you know what I'm saying, that was the era for a little second. But you know what I'm saying, once I really found out my vision as an artist, I found that I found that it would make sense to, you know what I'm saying, really complete that and complete my image. And you know what I'm saying, do the knowledge. Oh, what was Biggie wearing? What was Nas wearing? What was Mobb Deep rocking in this video from '96? What was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I became a real historian for the hip hop fashion side of shit as well, just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm a fucking rapper, you know what I mean? Like, I want to wear the same shit that my favorite rappers was wearing to carry on that lineage that they set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm wearing Carl Kanai and Jabot jeans right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Like, but that's because, like, I'll go look at all the Source magazines back in the day and see what the ads was that they had in them shits. And I'll go look at, like, the old fucking Wu-Tang pictures and all the old, you know what I'm saying, Mobb Deep flicks. And, you know what I mean? Like, I really am perceptive of that type of shit. I'm really keen to detail. So, that's an important element for me as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's something in general that stands out to me is, like, you're a student of the culture.
Right. And but it's also like, you know what I'm saying, like 15 years from now, like if someone took a picture of me and showed it to someone, I maybe wouldn't want them to be like, yo, I don't know if this is from 2023 or from 1994. You know what I mean? Like I want to have that type of shit where my shit is really timeless and ingrained in an era of time, but still can stretch the test of time and be something that could just blend in with all the other great music that's been out and all the other great rap music that's highly respected. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What inspired Sko DVD? Shout out to Uptown Puck.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you know, a couple of things definitely inspired that. I'd say, you know, Smack DVD, obviously, that's where the name comes from. All the old Smack DVD videos. You know, those are classic. Og DVD, you know what I mean? For some of the newer people. Some of the newer people be like, yo, your shit reminds me of Og DVD. And I'm like, do you know what Smack DVD is? But, you know, shout outs to Og DVD too. And, you know, it's a couple of joints. I think the Kanye documentary really inspired a lot more young creatives to document what they're doing and get film while they coming up, so that shit could be repurposed for a grander scale. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, my man Puck is pretty well versed in the land of graffiti videos and skate videos, and you know what I mean? So I think he kind of adds in that aesthetic as well, which kind of, I think, gives it a unique feel and a unique type of raw look.
Yeah, it's it sort of feels like personable as well. Like you can watch it and sort of feel like you're there in New York.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of, I think, exactly I want it to be, where people could almost just feel like they're right there with us and kind of get a slice of life, little piece of the everyday life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, it's cool. We're up to 4 have come out. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed.
The 5th is in the process, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, just in your own words, like what makes Lord Sko a unique artist?
You know, I think there's a couple of things that make me unique. But I think it's more so. I won't even say that. I'm trying to find the right way to say it. It's not more so that I'm super unique and original in what I'm doing, but I think it's almost that it's not that, and it's dumb that you said that because now it's gonna pick it up on camera. But my thing is what's it called? Like I think that it's almost just the homage that I pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's just that I'm doing stuff that's been done before, but I'm just kind of rebranding it for a newer generation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
reimagined.
I'm not on some Soulja Boy shit where I want to be like, yo, I'm the first rapper to do this. I'm the first rapper to do that. You know what I'm saying? I might be the first one to rebrand it and put a newer spin to it, but I always want to pay homage to the people who made that possible and for the people who set those trends. You know what I'm saying? Back down to the way that I dress is like, I'm trying to find the shit that was hot for the rappers in the 90s and the 2000s, and you know what I'm saying? That shit, because that's the era that I'm trying to pay homage to, you feel me? So I think that is definitely something, and I think it's, I'm coming in at a good time, you know what I mean? And that I was just talking about this yesterday, and I don't want to give away too much sauce, or 2 days ago I was talking about this, excuse me, but I feel like a lot of people don't realize that it's been a long enough time since the blog era to kind of pay homage to that as well, and to have renaissance from that, and to have lineage from that, because the people who was listening to blog era music in 2012 and 2013 and 2014, they was in their early 20s. That was 10 years ago. Those people don't want to think about the fact that they 30 to 35 now, got kids, got to pay their mortgage, and they not just smoking weed with their homies in the parking lot like they used to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm one of the first people who's realized, oh shit, that's been long enough ago to kind of recreate that. You know what I'm saying? And to kind of put a spin on that. Obviously, I take a lot of influence from the 90s and all of that was going on in New York at that time as well. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like I got a good appeal to a lot of the blog era fans who was young during that time, because my shit is definitely reminiscent of that as well. Yeah. And obviously it has that same type of appeal to the people who's my age, just because they're doing the same shit that I'm talking about in my raps, you know what I'm saying? Which was the same shit why people like Joey, why people like Mac, why people like ASAP back in the day, because they was like, oh shit, this is relatable. Now they 35 and they not fucking Rihanna, so they kind of feel that, you know what I mean? Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of this shit, and that's what I look forward to is growing with my fans, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like something that Larry June got going on really good is like, I've heard a lot of his fans say that he motivates them, and you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of Larry June fans like are almost trying to keep up with Larry, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're like, oh shit, I gotta drink my green juice, like I gotta work hard, like Larry's the man, like he's the coolest dude, so I'm trying to do what he's saying in his music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a cool way to look at it.
Right.
Like speaking to the fans and sort of motivating them.
Absolutely.
As much as they motivate you, I guess.
Yeah, shout out Larry June, man.
Yeah. I want to find a good way to like
wrap it up. Is that good?
I actually had a couple more questions, actually.
Let's bang them out, man. I ain't in no rush.
Yeah. There's a lot of like-minded artists and creatives in New York City at the moment that I feel like you know, like there's a close group. How does that feel, like knowing that there's like sort of just like this, it's in a way like a movement?
Feels really good, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to know that there's other people kind of pushing that brand and that culture forward as well. Takes a little bit of stress off my shoulders. It both takes stress off my shoulders and makes me a lot more competitive, because I'm like, oh shit, I gotta keep up with this many people. But it's also like, I know certain people got it in different lanes, so I don't gotta feel like I gotta make up for it by doing that. I'm like, oh shit, I could do me. You know what I'm saying? Dre gonna do his shit, Tom gonna do his shit, Dusty gonna do his shit, Jeremy gonna do his shit, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, it's not like it's a collective or nothing, but I think there definitely is like a new movement kind of moving, you know what I'm saying, that people are taking note of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just to name a few.
Yeah, I mean, like the fact that I'm out here is testament to you guys, like the movement coming across there, you can notice it for sure, and it feels like it's something that's really building. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I'm grateful that you got to take this trip and kind of get to experience that more close up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it's been a surreal moment for me. And I think it's the first trip of many back to New York.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you like doing this with me, man.
Already, Maji. You know the vibes, my guy. You got any more questions?
No.
Say you got a few more, and then you hit me with one more.
That's true. Maybe I do have to
hit the bait. Check them notes. Get a
yeah, I'll hit you with another one. Oh, I did want to ask, like, what are some of your? This is like a pretty standard question, but what are some of your favorite projects? From this year.
That's a good. Oh, from this year.
From this year.
Hasn't been that many good projects this year. I like the Larry June project though.
All right, let's say 2022, 2023.
Okay. The Marcy Alchemist project was great. The Currency Alchemist project was great. I know I just named 3 Alchemist projects, but I might give you a vibe as to the type of music I like. Lucky's album was pretty good. Both of the ones he dropped last year and this year. The Bronson album was good from last year.
Yeah.
Museum is a good album.
What's that again?
Yeah, it's a good album. Check it out. But I'm trying to think. There was some good albums. Oh, the Black Thought album is really good.
Of course, yeah.
That's a really good one. Yeah, for me, those are the ones that I like personally and was given a lot of airtime to.
Yeah.
I gotta like check through my Spotify to like see which ones I was really bumping. But there's songs from all those joints. But yeah, definitely some of those joints is good.
Yeah. What are you sort of looking forward to, like, for the next like year? Like, what are some things you want to check off? I want to like year.
Get on the road more. You know what I'm saying? Do some touring. Hopefully, like some international touring would be really dope. You know, just getting to build and link up with some more of my favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? And just getting to do that stuff and just learning more and just taking more steps forward. You know what I'm saying? And just seeing this shit continue to grow and blossom because it's been really dope and motivating to witness so far. So
yeah,
just want to keep feeding the beast. Feed the beast.
Yeah. On that note, I asked a couple more questions.
There you go. You good. You off the hook now.
I'm off the hook.
Get out of here.
Yeah, man. All right.
Wrap it up. Boop, boop, boop. Soul Radio Music Show. This is the outro song.